Hollywood loves a great comeback story, but sometimes the most exciting moments happen when a legendary cast reunites after years apart. And that's exactly what fans are talking about right now. After nearly 2 decades, the iconic world of fashion, ambition, and unforgettable one-liners may finally be returning to the big screen. Yes, the long-awaited sequel to The Devil Wears Prada is officially moving forward, and the biggest headline isn't just the movie itself. It's the possibility of the original cast coming back together. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Guan Tetsi, and today we're diving into the exciting news surrounding The Devil Wears Prada 2, the reunion of some of Hollywood's most beloved stars, and why fans are already counting down the days until this fashion drama returns. When the first film was released in 2006, nobody expected it to become such a cultural phenomenon. The movie followed a young aspiring journalist who suddenly finds herself working for one of the most powerful fashion editors in the world. That role was played by the legendary Meryl Streep, whose performance as the intimidating Miranda Priestly became one of the most iconic characters in movie history. Alongside her was Anne Hathaway, who played Andy Sachs, the overwhelmed assistant trying to survive the demanding environment of a high-fashion magazine. The film also featured Emily Blunt, whose sarcastic and sharp performance as Emily Charlton instantly made her a fan favorite. The chemistry between these actors helped turn the movie into an unforgettable experience. Audiences loved watching Andy struggle to balance her personal dreams with the pressures of working under Miranda Priestly's impossible expectations. Meanwhile, Emily Charlton's biting humor provided some of the film's funniest and most memorable lines. Over time, the movie grew into more than just a fashion drama. It became a symbol of workplace ambition, power dynamics, and the price people sometimes pay for success. Because the film became so beloved, fans spent years hoping for a sequel. However, Hollywood rarely revisits stories unless there's a strong reason to bring them back. For a long time, it seemed like the characters' journeys had already reached a satisfying conclusion. Andy walked away from the toxic environment of the fashion world. Miranda continued ruling the industry with icy confidence, and Emily moved forward with her career. But as the years passed, the popularity of the movie only continued to grow. Clips from the film constantly went viral online. New generations discovered the story through streaming platforms, and quotes from Miranda Priestly became part of pop culture history. Eventually, rumors began circulating that the studio was considering bringing the story back for a sequel. At first, many fans dismissed the idea as wishful thinking. After all, it had been nearly 20 years since the original film. But then the news started to become more serious. Reports began suggesting that the studio behind the film was developing a new chapter in the story. Even more exciting was the possibility that the original stars could return to reprise their famous roles. For fans, the idea of seeing Meryl Streep and Hathaway and Emily Blunt sharing the screen again felt almost too good to be true. These actors have all become even bigger stars since the original movie was released, building impressive careers in Hollywood. Meryl Streep has continued to dominate the film industry with award-winning performances that remind audiences why she's considered one of the greatest actresses of all time. And Hathaway has taken on a wide range of roles, from emotional dramas to blockbuster films, proving her versatility as an actress. Emily Blunt has also risen to become one of Hollywood's most respected performers, starring in everything from action films to critically acclaimed dramas. The thought of these three returning to their original characters immediately sparked excitement online. Fans began imagining what their characters' lives might look like now. Would Miranda Priestly still be running the fashion world with the same iron grip? Would Andy Sachs return to journalism? Or could she find herself pulled back into the high-stakes environment she once escaped? And what about Emily Charlton, whose ambition and determination were always clear from the beginning? One theory suggests that the sequel could explore how the fashion industry has changed in the digital age. When the original film was released, print magazines still dominated the fashion world. Today, social media influencers, online publications, and digital platforms have completely transformed how trends are created and shared. A sequel could show Miranda Priestly trying to maintain her power in a rapidly changing industry, while younger voices challenge the traditional system she built. Another possibility is that the film could explore how the characters themselves have evolved over time. Andy Sachs might now be an established journalist with years of experience behind her. Emily Charlton could have climbed the ranks of the fashion industry, possibly even becoming a powerful editor herself. Seeing these characters reunite after so many years could create both emotional and dramatic moments for audiences who grew up watching the original story. Of course, bringing back such an iconic film also comes with enormous pressure. Fans have high expectations, and a sequel will need to capture the same sharp dialogue, humor, and emotional depth that made the first movie so special. The original film was based on a novel that offered a behind-the-scenes look at the fashion industry, but the sequel will likely need to create a completely new storyline that still feels authentic to the characters. Despite the challenges, the excitement surrounding the project continues to grow. Every new update about casting or production instantly spreads across the internet, with fans analyzing every detail. Some people are already predicting that the sequel could become one of the biggest movie events in years, especially if the original cast truly returns. The idea of a reunion between Meryl Streep and Hathaway and Emily Blunt carries a powerful sense of nostalgia. For many viewers, the original film represents a specific moment in their lives when they first fell in love with its characters and story. Seeing those same actors return to their roles could bring back memories, while also introducing the story to a new generation of audiences. If the project moves forward as expected, The Devil Wears Prada 2 could prove that some stories never truly go out of style. Fashion trends may change, industries may evolve, and years may pass, but certain characters remain unforgettable. And if Miranda Priestly really does return to the screen with her signature icy stare and cutting remarks, fans around the world will be ready to hear the words that define her legacy all over again. Because in Hollywood, reunions like this don't just bring back a movie, they bring back an entire cultural moment. And if everything goes according to plan, the return of The Devil Wears Prada could remind audiences exactly why this stylish story became one of the most iconic films of its generation.